And yesterday, on Monday, we started, as we close the week below the support, we started with the gap. So usually, of course, depends what's going on during the day, but usually there is a maybe not usually. There is a possibility that the guys will try to close the gap, and there could be some stop hunting, and then eventually continuation in the right direction to the downside. Right? So we know where we are on daily. Let's switch to 1 hour. Okay. So we open it somewhere here. I mean, different way. We open it here. So there was a gap which has been closed almost immediately. Then for a whole day, bears were trying to push the prices lower. There was a huge demand, and the very moment during the US session when we tested the demand zone, intraday demand zone again, I decided to take the long, which turned out to be in a profit within 2.5 hours, or maybe shorter, right? And I was targeting intraday. I was targeting around 47. So it was like 2.5, but really it was, the move was so quick, so fast. So when I saw that we are testing within one candle this kind of resistance, I decided not to wait longer, just to take what market gave us before the end of the session. So one more time, the gap, this strong demand here, which has been tested then again, pushed me into the long intraday position. So hopefully you were able to take it, as when we send out the information that we are taking the long, we are mixing around that level for quite some time. So what about today? We are awaiting CPI number from UK. On the hourly, we have strong resistance around 65.40, 65.65. and it's tricky. Most probably some stops are already here. Some guys took short positions. So there is a few possibilities here. The first one, of course, I will switch to the daily for within a minute or two. But let me explain. That all the possibilities here on hourly chart. This visible resistance, like here, 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 here. So all the stops here were taken out. And we hit the resistance, visible resistance here. And another one is from here to here, right? So, in regard to the downside move, we can see higher prices maybe big guys will think to clean up those stops, right? So the guys who are short from around this level, they have their stops somewhere here, right? So what we can see is pushing prices higher towards the stops, cleaning these stops means that these guys are going to be the buyer with their orders. We can push prices higher toward the resistance. What I would like to do in that situation, I would like to narrow the resistance as much as I can. Why? If we have huge amount of the stops here, we can easily push the prices towards 65.50, right? So what I'm going to do is to watch any move higher towards 65.55, 65.65, and if we are going to have any hesitation here, I'm going to be the seller with tight stop above 65.65. Also, we can stop exactly at resistance 65.45 and move down. But I would like to see, because if there is a huge amount of the stops here, then should be enough momentum to push the prices higher. So I would like to take the best possible price for my short entry, right? Of course, we can go straight to the downside from here, as we have some kind of the base. Here, false breakout, so we can easily break down from here. Tough call from here because we have to narrow our stop, so it's going to be very visible, so we can be stopped out very, very quickly. So one more time, I'm waiting for cleaning of these stops. I'm narrowing resistance zones to 10 pips between 65.55, 65.65. So the momentum from here can easily push the prices toward the selling zone. And if there is any hesitation, I would like to join that move. But if we are going to see candle like this, similar to this candle here yesterday, the white one, of course, I'm not going to join that move. Now, take a look here. It's very important. I will get back to it within the minute. Now, to explain you what I'm talking about, let's switch to euro dollar for a while. Let's switch to euro dollar for a while. Guys, there was no time because when I closed my British pound and when we informed you that we closed our British pound, then I was thinking to send you the info that I took the short euro dollar. Unfortunately for me, right, just for your information, unfortunately for me, I was not able to take at the very top as I was waiting for slightly higher prices, right? And I was closing my British pound, so when I took the short euro dollar, it was around 38.56. But what I would like to tell you, this is the same candle at its FOMC candle. Huge gap. Previous support broken down. So there was nothing here. This one, support, has been tested already. So it was weaker, right? We had the first test here of this support, previous support, now resistance, and we hit already. So there was not much selling orders here. Nothing here. So when we took out yesterday these levels, it was clear that we are going toward next visible resistance here. There was nothing in between, right? So now, I would say if we are going down on euro dollar in the near future, one moment. If we are going down in the near future on euro dollar, still we have strong demand zone between 37.40, 37.05, 37, right? But if we are going to break to the downside, then we have like 36.40 right here, then something here, and final target around here. Right? So guys, the plan for euro dollar is to try to sell as high as possible towards 38.70.80 with stop above 39.20. You have to try to sell as higher as possible, because first target is going to be 37.40, right? So something around from the 60s, from 38.60 to 37.40, it's 120 pips. And we're risking 60, so it's a 1-2 risk reward. It's not a great, but if really we are going to move lower, so then I would like to see some bounce from 37.40, and within the next approach to 37, within the next, I would like to see that support is going to be broken. So let's put everything together, and let's back to British pound based on this type of the candle we have on British pound. So one more time. On euro dollar, try to sell as high as possible with stop above 39.20. Targeting 37.40. If and when we are going to reach that level, immediately close half. If there are going to be any hesitation at 37.40, because the truth is that most probably we haven't tested yet. So definitely 37.40, 37.45, you have to close half. Any hesitation, any stronger bounce from 37.40, close full position and go long. Of course, I'm going to keep you updated here at that level if we are going to reach. But what I'm trying to tell you, that yesterday move on euro dollar, for me, of course, there is a huge possibility that I'm wrong. But yesterday move, this strong move here, for me, it was some kind of the manipulation, cleaning all the stops. And yesterday on trading floor, I asked if there is a chance, one in a lifetime, to buy euro dollar, to sell euro dollar, to buy USD. I would say it could be. So the plan is to be short euro dollar. Here it's like almost 100 pips stop. Tough call here, right? If you are not short. To be short euro dollar toward 137.40, 45. To see what's going to happen there. If there is any, and to take partial profit there. 50%. And if any hesitation there, close full position and turn long with the small size. Because I think as I mentioned a few times already, I would say there is no damage to the bull side as long as we are above 37.40. But if we are going to break that level, we can simply and quickly go toward 135. So in that case, being short from around 38.50 to 35 with 60 pips stop and gaining 350, it's almost 1 to 6 risk reward, right? So here is a line in the sand for bulls. There's no damage. Look, we approach that level. We approached that level. We didn't test exactly 37.43. The demand was so strong, some profit taking, whatever, that pushed the prices higher, right? So now there is a possibility of this type of the move without the stop. Right? So be very careful. It's very tricky on euro dollar right now. It's end of the month, end of the quarter. So really we have to be extremely careful here. And I think yesterday there was some kind of the manipulation to push the prices higher toward good selling area. As there was nothing here, remember, during this move, there was nothing here, empty space. Just retail guys were trying to sell at different levels. So the guys who were able to push the prices through the stops, they needed not that much money to push the prices higher. And they were some sellers here because of the stop activation. There was buy order, so they were sellers here, and they were sellers towards the resistance. So maybe some here, and for sure they were selling here. Nothing in between. Here they used most probably few coins to push it even higher toward the resistance. So then some momentum traders joined the party. Why do I think it was a manipulation? Okay, after such a strong candle, it was 100 pips candle, come on guys, on hourly chart. Completely no follow through, no continuation. Half figure roll, 50 pips lower right now. Okay. Someone can argue that we are right at support. That's true. Some bounce here. That's true. But we haven't seen, after such a strong candle, we haven't seen any continuation higher. They stopped, they pushed all the money back here. So based on what we can see here, on this minor support, I'm expecting some bounce higher. So that's why I mentioned try to sell as high as possible euro dollar. Right? Well, I'm gonna change my view to at least neutral above 39.20, above 39 actually. So it could be the opportunity to go short on euro dollar. So we do have a plan for euro dollar. Now let's get back to British pound, and please remember what I said here in regards to this gap. Now it could be similar situation, as we have some resistance, as I mentioned before. We have some resistance here, but if we are going to make a breakout to the upside above 65.65, there is nothing here, so we can easily see the prices higher towards 66.10, 66.40. So be very careful. So that's why I would like to narrow my selling zone here, and that's why I'm going to have very tight stop above, because if someone wants to hit the stops, easily bulls can catch some momentum and easily they can push the prices higher. Especially the good excuse could be from the CPI number, right? If it's going to be higher than market expectations, then we can easily push the prices higher. So be very careful here. On the with British pound. But again, based on the daily chart, I mentioned it last week. If we are going to, for good, move below 65, then here is our final target. So we have like two figures, still 200 pips to the downside. And this one corresponds with this one, right? More or less. And this support has been tested once, second time, so maybe just small bounce, and lower below 160. So it's going to be very interesting on both majors, euro dollar and British pound dollar. And I would say as we have end of the month, on the quarter, I would focus on the majors, right? Okay. Next one. Australian dollar. Do you remember my chart from the last live trading room that we are approaching resistance on Aussie? Of course, it was late US session. But there was a chance to take small short on Aussie as well. I didn't, as we have Kiwi dollar, and I was quite bullish on Aussie Kiwi. But at this type of resistance, it's worth to make a shot, right? and we have it corresponds with this level as well. So if you don't have Kiwi USD, then you can try to trade Aussie. Okay. Next one. Swiss franc. Supply. Bulls tried, or were trying twice already to push it above the line. Let's see what's going to happen. As I mentioned last time, I wouldn't be surprised to see some selling going on around the channel, upper channel line. So looks like, based on this resistance, huge supply. What does it mean? If you are trying to sell one time here, it's quite okay. Most probably you booked some profit, guys. Anyway, I would be very careful right now. Why? Let me explain you. It was support. One, two, finally we broke it down. So this support turned to be resistance. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times we were trying or we hit that supplying zone. So within the books we have that, yeah, if something has been hit 9 times, means that it's a strong resistance and looks like it's strong. But turn it upside down means that even if we have here, or different way, if there was a huge amount of different selling orders, so slowly they've been executed, right, during those 9 times. So I would be very careful. Of course, I don't want to be a buyer here. Eventually I would like to see the close above this upper channel line, then pull back to test the line, not like we have here, because we simply move above, close inside the channel, move above, close inside the channel. So we can see some pullback here and then maybe final decision to the upside. But if we are going from here close above the upper falling channel and we are going to close above this upper line, then I would like to see some pullback. The line holds, bam, go long. Right? And especially while Euro Swiss is below 122, I would prefer to trade via Euro. So go short Euro dollar instead of dollar Swiss franc maybe. We were long from the very bottom, right? But when you have some kind of hesitation, we are at resistance. Here we are at resistance. We are at support on Euro dollar, and Euro Swiss is below 122. So still there is some kind of the distance to 120 where Bank of Switzerland is holding the line. So, and if there are any hesitations within the geopolitics, macroeconomics, so then Swiss franc has a chance to be stronger. So I would like to go via Euro. But anyway, just from the pure price action perspective, move first. From here we can easily go down to test support, right? Then I'm going to watch that level, and if anything I will go long, but again toward the moving average, toward the line. Otherwise I would like to see breakout, pullback, bam. Why do I think that we have a chance for final breakout to the upside? Because when we tested the resistance here, the moving average was going down. Right now we are flat. So looks like bears gave up some power, right? So be careful with short side here. Of course, there was a good to sell one more time, right? When false break, closed inside, sell here. We haven't moved above the previous one, so stop was saved. So there was a possibility to collect some pips here. Okay. Let's go to our Kiwi. Short position, and let me explain you where we are, why we are here. Okay. Last week I was watching Kiwi for three weeks. I mean, based on this falling trend line. One, two, third attempt. And we failed 2 weeks ago, and we failed a week ago. So immediately at the beginning of this week, I took short. And last week I mentioned that stop most probably on the beginning is going to be here, and if we are going to move higher, I will decide to close position here, right? Not to wait for the stop, but initial stop I mentioned that I'm going to put here. But to avoid any temptation, let's say we moved above the line within the next 2 or 3 weeks, right? To avoid any temptation, okay, the position has a room because I have a stop here, right? So the position has some room, okay. So to avoid any temptation to give more room to that position, I simply decided that if the supply here and supply here is enough to push the prices finally lower, okay, so I decided that I don't want to be on the market on any other test above the line, right? So I narrowed I made the tight stop into that position. It allowed me to sell more, risking the same amount of the money, right? Because if my stop would be here, if my stop would be 200 pips higher, now my position would be very small. So then I decided to narrow the stop to take the bigger position. Let's see what's going to happen. Hopefully it's clear. Okay. So I'm sitting short Kiwi. Let's see what's going to happen. I don't want to, if we are going to test one more time, I would like to see supply coming exactly at the line. So any move higher, I don't want to be anymore in the market. Right? So I have a bigger position. I'm risking the same amount of the money. So I'm quite aggressive here. And let's see what's going to happen. Okay, quickly let's go, as we are approaching 9 GMT and IFO index from Germany. Quickly. First, Euro Aussie. There was some possibilities to go short, but be careful now. We are right at support, right? So look. We tested support again yesterday, but finally some hesitation day. So be very careful. If you are not short from around here and you didn't take the profit here, then leave it. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's wait for some breakdown, test, then BAM. Or if any confirmation, eventually if any confirmation that we want to hold that level, simply go long. The first visible is resistance is around previous selling area 52, 50, 52, 40, right? Yeah, some guys can see head and shoulder formation, so I wouldn't be surprised again to see false breakdown bump to the upside, right? So be very careful. If we are going to see the breakdown, wait for test. Any hesitation, join the move. If not, we are going to join the move to the upside, because it could be, if let's call it head and shoulders. If this head and shoulders failed, and there are going to be plenty of sellers here, if we are on the move to the upside, it could be nice parry, as all the shorts will try to cover their positions. Okay, so we are in a crossroads right now. Euro Canadian, here we missed few times, right? We were hunting for the short, and finally we missed it. Look, as I mentioned, we are very close to the resistance, so that's why I didn't chase the prices. We are at the resistance. Right now, last 2 days, we have some hesitations. Maybe we will see final push towards the resistance on the weekly, and then we will go strongly to the downside. Let's see what's going to happen. We missed it twice. There was good move to the downside twice, but look, we finished the day with around the opening level. So let's see what's going to happen. Let's watch the Euro Canadian, what they want to show us, what they want to do. For now, we have this classic double doji. So move to the upside. You can try to, but extremely careful, because we are very close at the weekly resistance level. But just taking into consideration one of the technique double doji to the upside, stop below, and you are trading within the first breakout, you are trading 1-to-1. If you failed here and we are going to the downside, then you are taking the break to the downside and trading 1-to-2, right, to cover the loss and to get some profit. Okay. And we have 7 minutes, so let me show you. I have it, yeah, here. Okay, guys. Do you remember our Friday's meeting? I just get one confirmation that someone took the long. Okay, do you remember 0625? I mentioned. So finally we took out the resistance. We had a nice pullback, bam long, right? Right? And look, we were buyers somewhere here with tight stop. Of course, there was even better area, but this area has been tested. Look, we move up, pullback. gap up and pull back. But this combination, what this combination telling us that this top confirmed this low means that our stop should be below, right? We were waiting around here, right? And we are here today. As I mentioned, I get one confirmation. Hopefully more of you guys took that long. Easily stop can be on at entry level, some profit taking possibility right now, and I would say, as I mentioned previously, the final target is above 107. And if based on daily or weekly there is possibility to move towards 112 in mid to long term, right? But the position, the plan we built Friday was based on early, so there is a target above 107 and there is a possibility to take some pips off the table here. Okay. So now we have 4 minutes to go. IFO. Let's see what's going to happen. Any nice surprise to the upside, and we can easily test this line and we can easily take the stops here, and then my theory about the chance one in a lifetime to go short euro dollar will disappear, right? I'm short 38.56 as I mentioned before. Try to go short as high as possible, but of course with some stops, because if I'm wrong, and actually if you are not short, so wait for the number, and if there is a strong reaction to the upside, so maybe wait slightly longer before short. Okay. And quickly, Euro JPY. Still we have this lower swing high. We are still at static support. We are slightly below the dynamic support, but as you know, that just last two swing lows. And for me on daily, I would like to have anything on one side on that chart, so means that still we have some space to go lower. Okay. So let's make it as a 1 minute chart. Let's see what's going to happen here. We have the IFO right now, then we have CPI. So Today we went through all these majors, currency pairs, and it's what I'm going to be focused on today, right? Tomorrow, as we are. There you go. There you go. Ooh. And now, strong pullback, and I'm not going to be surprised to see higher prices toward the resistance, right? Crazy market. I'm trying to check what was the number. Well, there you go. Business as usual. Mm-hmm. 110.7. What was the expectations? 110.9. So lower than expectation, lower than previous one. But yeah, they want to the knee-jerk reaction to the downside. Then I'm not going to be surprised, guys, to see higher prices. So maybe if you agree with my plan, right? So then you should have, maybe you will see the chance to sell euro dollar higher. And bear in mind, within the next 30 minutes, CPI from UK. So just summarize. I'm slightly positive in regards to dollar overall. I'm already with short euro dollar. Thanks to the yesterday move. Short Kiwi dollar. Here, which is against us right now. And I'm waiting, actually as we are approaching end of the month, end of the quarter, so I'm watching majors only. And let's see what's going to happen later today. Let's see what's going to happen later today, because I can see that we have some kind of the hesitation within last few days in regards to the Japanese crosses. Last 4 days, quiet on dollar yen. I was trying to go long yesterday, and I quickly cut the position. I was completely wrong, but nicely British pound covered it easily. Okay, then we have some hesitation and quiet day in British pound yen, and the same with Euro JPY. So tomorrow, if nothing is going to happen today, tomorrow we are going, most probably, if there are no other fireworks, so most probably tomorrow we are going to cover JPY crosses, but especially today, the CPI from UK could be market mover. We are right at support on British pound yen, right, as you can see a few times already. We have supply coming into the market. We are below previous support, which is right now resistance. It's based on a daily chart, right? It's based on a daily chart, means that the stop is quite wide, but you can decide to go short below the lows we've stopped here, and we should, if this scenario will materialize, then we should go easily toward 163. And really the CPI number could be that mover. And the same to the opposite. If we are going to get much higher CPI, then we can easily make breakout to the upside from, one moment, from that consolidation easily to the upside, right? But there is a chance that after the number we will get some higher price, we will see some higher prices towards 69.20, so it could be quite good level. Then we can narrow our stop, and it could be good level to go short, right? We tested that level yesterday and supply pushed market lower. So be careful, guys. If you have any questions, any hesitations, just send me an email, please. As I mentioned, if nothing is going to happen today, we should cover Japanese crosses tomorrow, right? Be careful today. Again, we can see many strange moves. We are approaching end of the quarter, end of the month, some kind of profit taking, rebalancing, window dressing, whatever we want to call it. So yes, we have to be extremely careful. I'm going to keep you updated. I don't want to have too big exposure before end of the month. So let's try to pick some cherries, and should be enough. I would say that yesterday the cable was such a nice cherry before end of the month and of the quarter. Okay, guys, that's it from me today. Again, any questions, any hesitation? Would you like to say that you took nice position? Just send me an email. That's it for today. And again, tomorrow morning 8 GMT. Let's have nice afternoon. Happy trading. See you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye.